Now, when you talk about Mr. Henderson, would you mind reminding folks of what Clarence Henderson did? Because he didn't play the victim card, did he?
No, he didn't play the victim card at all. What he did was he stood up for his rights. Back in the 60s, in the segregated South, there was segregation all over, but you had situations where water fountains, whites only. You had situations where if you stood up for your rights and you protested, you would get hit by fire hoses, or you'd have the dogs sipped on you. And this was from actual government, from police officers. This was a time when blacks were routinely hung in trees. And it was also a time where we're still reeling from the after effects of 400 years of oppressive behavior, including segregation and Jim Crow laws. This was real events, events that my father lived through, my parents, and his generation. And we have to have a level of respect for what these folks had done and served. And Clarence Henderson is a perfect example of that.
Because instead of playing the victim, he was subject to this, and everybody knew about it. So he goes in and says, "I'm gonna see if I can make a stand against this kind of mistreatment because it's not legal, it's not constitutional."
Absolutely. It makes it stand for what is right, not to get publicity, not to be famous, but to basically live out the American dream. And then since that time, he's demonstrated courage because he hasn't fallen under the whipping post of being of a person who's ashamed of being a conservative. As you know, it's very difficult in Black America to find conservatives because of the stigma that's attached to that within the Black community. And he's a courageous man who recognizes that from his standpoint, he's looking for a government that's not oppressive, a government that's limited in its nature, and an opportunity for freedom to flourish.
No, it'd be great if Americans of all colors could simply say, I have great opportunity in this country. I'm going to go out and take advantage of the opportunity. And if somebody actually gets in my way and says, you can't have that opportunity because I don't like your skin color, that there's a proper mechanism for taking care of that. Not by saying I'm complaining about my $150,000 a month salary, as Jussie Smollett did.
Well, anybody can choose to be a victim, and we see that all too often. What we need in this country are more people who choose not to be, who understand what it means to be free, and that's what's so just horrible about this story. This is someone who didn't apparently needed more attention than he was getting, all to make a dollar, all to be popular, and this result is really shocking. But it's really part and parcel of the attitudes that we have in this country that have got to change.
The Attorney General of the state of Indiana is Curtis Hill, and obviously you didn't let anything get in your way. Sir, thank you very much. Maybe we've inspired a few people to look up the story of Clarence Henderson tonight.
Let's hope so, Lars, and thank you very much.
It is my pleasure. Thank you very much for coming on the program.